Good Monday Matters. I hope you had a wonderful Sabbath and are looking forward to a good week and all the things that God has in store for you. My name is Mike Courtney and this is Monday Matters. Every Monday I take a few minutes and talk about something to make your life happier, healthier, and a little bit holier. Thank you for being a part of it. I've done this for, 3-4 years now, and I say almost every time, just feels like it's something I'm supposed to do. I don't imagine it's deeply impactful or profound, but it's what I'm supposed to do. So thank you for listening, if you're listening today, and for being a part of this. Today I've been thinking about my job. Everybody has a job that they think about every once in a while, and sometimes it's hard to deal with, and you just struggle and you don't know what to do. And so I want to talk to you about your job, my job. I don't mean job. Everybody has a job. I mean Job. Everybody has a Job in their life. I have been reading the book of Job in my devotional times. I read through the Bible each year. I'm finishing up the book of Job right now, and so I've been thinking about Job. In fact, I came in and told my wife Doris the other day. I said, I have seen some things in Job. I'm sure I've read Job, 50 times, and I've seen things in here I've just never really noticed before, never really paid attention to before. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll say something about that. And not just the story of Job, but the Job you have in your life. Don't you know that person or have had those people in our, maybe it's been you from time to time, where it just seems like anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And you really don't know what to say to them. You don't know how to help, and you don't know if you should talk to them, not talk to them. Should you go see them? Should you not go see them? It's hard. It's hard to know what to do with your Job, and I'm sure right now you're thinking of that person in your life that think, man, they're just a Job. It just seems like, and things are legitimately tough. They're legitimately bad, and I believe for them, I pray for them, I care about them, but I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. So here are some observations, first of all, about Job, and then about those of us who have Jobs in our lives, how we respond to that. The first, just general reminder, because I will tell you this, if you don't have a Job in your life, you will, and if you haven't been a Job, you will. I mean, just things, we go through these seasons where just back to back to back, negative things happen, and we just feel like Job. So these three things, these are not new, but just kind of a reminder, and that is that difficult times come to good people and bad people. You remember the story of Job? He's a good man. He's an upright man, and all of a sudden his life just takes a terrible turn for the tragic. Job, by the way, is the book of Job. It's one of the most perplexing books in the Bible. It's not a book that ends with a happy ending. It doesn't come wrapped up in a nice little bow at the end. We just don't know. I don't know what Job is all about. Does God let trouble come our way? Is Satan really that actively involved in trying to make bad things happen? Is there this capricious kind of battle of the gods going on in us? I don't know what all this is like, but it is wisdom literature, which means we can get some wisdom from it. We can draw some things from that. So these three things: difficulty comes to good people. It just does. Job is a good man. He's doing everything right as far as we know and as far as he knows, but all of a sudden negative things begin to happen. That you will go through seasons. Jesus said, in this world you will have trouble. So we're not surprised by that. Don't be surprised by that. Make space in your life for pain, I say often. And the people that are surprised by it are the people that seem to struggle with it the most. If we are not living a pessimistic life, but just recognizing the fact that it rains on the just and the unjust, then that helps us some. Difficult times come to good people. Second thing is discouragement is a natural response. You're going to get discouraged. When bad things happen, you're going to get discouraged. It just happens. Despair does not have to be. You see this progression of Job, that he's dark, he's discouraged, and then he turns to despair. I wish I had never been born. I will never get out. There's no hope for this. That doesn't have to come. I can hold on to God. I can say, well, I'm discouraged. I'm down. I am really struggling here. But I do not have to give in to the despair part of this. And if Job did something wrong in this, that's probably it. That he allowed his discouragement and his depression to turn into despair. So those two things I just want to say. Difficult times come even to good people, and when they do, you're going to get discouraged. You may even get depressed, but you don't have to give in to despair. Now, what do you do if you have a Job in your life? And I want to say quickly, I haven't always done these well. I still don't know for sure what to do, but here are some 5 insights that I kind of got out of reading it this time. The first thing is just show up. Just show up. One of the things I love about the book of Job is that in the first chapter, his life just falls apart. In the second chapter, his comforters, his friends show up, and for a number of days, they just don't say anything. They just sit with him. There is the ministry of presence. Sometimes just show up. Go to the hospital when you don't know what to say. Stop by the funeral home when you know there are no words to make a difference. Go to the nursing home. Go visit that person whose life is just falling apart. Just show up. Sometimes that's all you can do is just show up. Well, the second thing along that line, the less you say, the better. Listen, if you have a Job in your life, there's probably nothing you can say to make them feel better. And in fact, sometimes the more we say, the more shame and condemnation we tend to bring on them. So the less you say is the better. Just being there. At Branches, I talk to Josh a lot about, I used to say, I do management by walking around. There's something to be said for just walking around, saying hello, how's your day? I hope tomorrow is better. Just show up. The less you say, the better. The third thing is along that line. Don't expect to change things. Don't imagine you're the knight in shining armor that's going to come in with a few magic words and wave a wand and everything's going to get great and good. Don't expect to change things. Don't be disappointed for you when you don't, and don't be disappointed for them when you don't. I'm not here to change this. I'm not here to give answers. I don't know what the answer is. I'm just here to be present for you. Here's number 4. Don't take it personal. Jobs are not fun to be with. In this story, it's this interesting, Job listens for a while and then he turns against them and he attacks. And it's one of the things that I noticed this time that I hadn't noticed quite so much before, how vicious Job is to his comforters. Now these guys aren't saying the right thing. They're not helping. But man, Job lets them have it too. And that's going to happen. When you try to comfort that person in your life, they're going to lambaste you. They're going to let you have it. Don't take it personal. It's not my job to change them. It's not my job to fix it. I'm just going to show up. And then finally this, resist the temptation to judge. I don't know for sure why Job went through what he went through. I don't know why those people, my Jobs in my life, are going through what they're going through. But I'm not going to judge that. Well, if you had done this differently, if you had changed this, if I were you, I would have handled it this way. Resist the temptation to judge. I just be there. Now, one caveat on all of this, Job can drag you down. And when Job begins to be unhealthy for you, then I think it's good to say, I need to, I love you, I'm praying for you, I just need to take a break from this for a little while, and then I'm going to get stronger, I'm going to re-engage, I'm going to come back involved in that. it's very personal to me. My father was a Job in my life, and I would stay engaged as long as I could, and then I'd have to back out and say it's not healthy for me, and then I would re-engage again. So just show up. The less you say, the better. Don't expect to change them. Don't take it personal, and resist the temptation to judge. Here are some observations, and again, there's not a happy ending to this. I know God restores all that Job had, and he forgives the company and all those things, but it's still a messy story. It still doesn't end just great. But these three things that I can step back and look at, either the story of Job or my Job in my life, or those times I felt like Job. God is in charge, first of all. Here's the reminder of this. The great lesson from this story is God decides. God's in charge. There's this long discussion with Job. Were you there when I put the tides in place? Were you there when I told the sun it could rise here and set here? No, I'm in charge of this. God's in charge. The second thing is God will make it work out. And we know that all things work together for the good, for those who love God and are called according to His purpose. I often say, I don't believe that verse says for your good. It says for the good. But God will make it all work out, and we just trust Him. And then finally this, whatever happens in this conversation with Job, God will forgive that. God loves you, and if you're going through a difficult time, either His allowing it, causing it, or His heart being broken for you, whatever happens in that, God's desire is to forgive you and to make things right. Job ends with this. God says to those comforters, hey, you didn't do well either. Thanks for showing up, but you said too much. You didn't do well either. So I want you to offer a sacrifice and ask Job to pray for you. Boy, that's got to hurt their pride. I want you to ask Job to pray for you. And Job does, and it ends like this. So Eliphaz and Temanite and Bildad and Shuhite and Zophar, the Naamathite, did what the Lord told them, and the Lord accepted Job's prayer. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're struggling with, or whoever you're struggling with, listen, you keep praying, you keep showing up, and God will accept your prayer. God's going to answer your prayer. Well, thanks for being a part of this. Wow, this went way too long. I try to do 7 minutes, and this is nearly twice that much. So forgive me. I hope you don't feel like Job for having to endure this. Have a great week. I will post something each day about this on Facebook. If you like this, if you would, like, subscribe, go to the blog, branchesblog.com, and like and subscribe, or whatever you're supposed to do. I don't know what all that stuff means, but it kind of helps us to know how effective this is. Have a great day. God bless you. I'll talk to you next week.